What's going on, everybody? I'm on my phone today because I'm in the garage, and I don't know, I guess I'll put you back down here. I'm on my phone today. I'm in the garage. I didn't want to bring my whole laptop out here to deal with all that mess, so I'm just chilling. I figured it'd be a nice little relaxing live hangout listing type thing. I'm planning on listing taking a bunch of pictures of golf clubs while I'm out here with you guys, and then get those listed either later on this afternoon or tomorrow or something. Let's see, I'm trying to wait for the chat to catch up here. I've got music playing, so I'm not worried about copyright, but I want to make sure it's not too loud that you can't hear me. So just let me know if you guys can see and hear me okay. I'm just on Wi-Fi. I hope it's good. Where is he? He is in his garage. Trying to figure out where I can put you guys. This here and this here. Does that work? I think that works. Greetings, everything's good. Cool. Cool deal. I sent Drew and Joey an invite to join me, but Joey is at his sister's graduation or something, and Drew didn't respond. Drew's probably still sleeping. He probably stayed up till 5 a.m. listing stuff, and then he's not awake yet. How's it going? So yeah, I changed the title of this live stream to something like, I don't know, the worst business mistake, what would you do? And I want to tell you guys this, not really a situation. I don't know. So I guess I'll just explain it, and you can understand as I go. So basically, we've had this lady that's been cleaning our house for 2 or 3 months or so. Like, she'll come the first time she came, and then she came back like a month later, and then she came back a couple weeks later, and I was willing to have her come back every 2 weeks, like put her on, like get on a bi-weekly schedule with her to come every other Friday to clean our house. The first time she came, it was like $25 an hour, and she was here for 5 hours or so. So it's like, I think I ended up paying her like $140 the first time. And then the second time, I think we just had her clean our kitchen cabinets, like the actual surface of the cabinets, because they were super dusty and I just didn't want to deal with it. So that was done in like 2 hours, and I think I paid her like $75. Because I always pay, what her asking price is plus a little extra. And then the next time she came, she said that she had to increase her price to $30 an hour. I'm like, okay, whatever, that's fine. So she did like 3 hours that time. So it was gonna be 90, and I paid her $100, just gave her a little bit extra. And then this next time, the last time that was $30 an hour is literally 2 weeks or like 4 weeks ago. And then when she came back the next time, 2 weeks later, she was here for, the house was pretty clean. She was here for maybe 2 hours, a little bit more than 2 hours. And she sent me an invoice for $100. And I'm like, what's going on? Like, you said it was $30 an hour and you were here for just over 2 hours, And she was like, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, I have increased my price to $40 an hour now, and I have a minimum of $100. I'm like, so not only did you increase your price by $10 an hour without telling me before you provided the service, but it's still not even that. Basically, it's $50 an hour because you have a minimum of 100 now. So I paid her $100. Ed, the reselling writer, says she took advantage because you kept giving her more. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. I paid her $100, and she's like, okay, so I'll see you in 2 Fridays. I said, no, thanks. I think we're done. This will be the last time we need you. And I could tell she got kind of upset. Like, she recently totaled her car, and she had to get a brand new car. So now she has all these extra bills per month, and she was like stressed that she lost a client. I'm like, your problem is, and not just her, so many people that run small businesses can't see into the future of their business. They can only see right now. They can only see the next week of their life. Like, oh, I've got a car payment coming up in 2 weeks, so I can only think about the next 2 weeks of my future. She should have seen me as a client. Like, you've been to my house 4 times now. I've paid you extra every single time. I've never complained. I'm a very easy person to work for. Like, very easy. I probably should have complained about something. I mean, she did a good job. Like, some things I probably could have complained about, I didn't. And I'm like, instead of valuing me as a client and saying, okay, I've got extra bills now, what I need to do is make sure I go above and beyond for this client that always pays me extra, do a really good job for him, and maybe say, hey, if you like my cleaning that I do, my work that I do, my business, do you have any other friends or family that are maybe looking for this? Like, use me as a reference. Don't keep increasing my hourly price literally 3 times back to back, and then get surprised when I stop your service. Yeah, she priced herself out of the job. Like, I get it. Like if you hire like a Molly, like we actually had Molly Maid like come give us an estimate, and they wanted like $92 an hour. But that's different, because that's like if you take your car to a mechanic, you know, and they say, okay, mechanic works $100 an hour. That doesn't mean the mechanic is making $100 an hour. That means the shop is making $80 an hour, and the mechanic's making 15 to 20 an hour after that. So her being self-employed, she's keeping all of the money. And I'm like, cleaning a house isn't that hard. I do it all the time. It's not worth $50 an hour. What are you, a doctor? And so I don't understand. It's frustrating, because she I really wanted to keep her on. She's a single mom. She's going through a lot, but at the same time, like, people just don't know how to start a business. So there's a reason that so many small businesses fail. It's because nobody can think about the longevity, think about the long picture here. Like, if you've got good clients, the last thing you want to do is piss them off, you know? I'm not like frustrated. I'm more frustrated for her than at her, because I'm like, you could have had this. You could, if you just knew what you were doing, you know how to clean. If you knew how to keep clients and make people happy and keep doing your job, you could build a significant income for you and your son, you know? But instead, you lost a client, and probably losing more clients, because I don't know. It's just, it's frustrating, you know? I think I have just like a natural like entrepreneur brain. And when I see people running businesses and making poor decisions in those businesses, it's frustrating, because I'm like, you're missing out on so much opportunity. There's this little Mexican restaurant that opened up right next to Dream Deals, right on the corner. I'm like, oh, that's a really cool place to be, because all these people are outside all the time. You know, Friday and Saturday morning, there's people literally lined up in front of your restaurant. Granted, it's really early in the morning, but they're literally just standing there right outside. That's a perfect opportunity to market to those people. Like, hey, come in for some breakfast. We don't normally serve breakfast, but on Fridays and Saturdays we do, because all these hundreds of people are just standing here with nothing else to do. That's such a huge opportunity. And there's no one there. They don't even have a sign on the door. They didn't for like the first week about like their hours and stuff. I'm not trying to say I'm like some business tycoon, you know, but I think that I don't understand how so many people open businesses expecting customers to just flock to them. Customers in 2021, customers are incredibly picky. Like, you have to fight for your customers. You can't just open a restaurant and expect people to start coming for no reason. Why should I come to your restaurant? There's literally probably 15 other Mexican restaurants in the area. What makes you special? Why should I come there? You can't just open for business and expect success. Mentor her in how to run a business, and you have her clean your house for your services. That's the problem. I think I'm not sure. I don't want to like make assumptions, but like I said, she's a little rough around the edges, single mom. I'm not sure she would respond well to that. But I don't know. I used to own a video store. I see the same things you're saying in other businesses now. Like, it blows my mind. I'm like, I don't know anything about running a Mexican restaurant. I don't know anything about running a restaurant, but I can see the opportunity, and I don't understand why these business owners don't see it. You know, like, we've got a guy up here on the corner that owns this gas station. I mean, it's a great location, fantastic location. If he ever goes to sell that, I would probably buy it. But it's like just some rinky-dink building, concrete building. Not like, it's not really clean. It's, the gas pumps are super old. I'm like, man, you have this like, and maybe they don't have money to like invest into it. I'm like, man, you got this prime piece of real estate right here. And I guess they're like content with the money that they're making. But I'm like, if you just put a little bit of money, you know, 50, 100K into this gas station, I mean, you could, because it's like one of those stations you don't even want to get gas at. I'm like, I don't want to get gas there. Like, those pumps, you know, you never know what's in the gas. The optics of your business is so important in your customers, you know, like, invest a little bit, at least make it look like you're not scared to get gas there. She will learn, but that's not your responsibility. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not mad at her. It's just frustrating that I love it that she, you know, wanted to start her own business and, you know, build something for her and her son. That's awesome. And then she's just going to drive herself into the ground, you know? Like I don't like cleaning houses, but I'm assuming that if you want to start a cleaning business, you would enjoy it. You know, some weird people out there love cleaning. They just like enjoy the process. I'm like, you can start your own cleaning business, but like, how much is cleaning actually worth? You know, $50 an hour. I don't buy it. You know, maybe if someone's out there willing to pay that, then good for you. But in this area of South Carolina where I am, nobody's going to pay $50 an hour to have probably like a non-insured under the table business clean their house. You know, if Molly made something established like that, then maybe. But the whole point of like hiring an individual operation, individual person, a small business is so you get like better service and more attention and usually slightly cheaper prices than the big dogs because they don't have as much overhead, you know? But then when you start charging as much money as the big dogs, where's the benefit? I'm so passionate about business. Does anyone have business questions? Hey, other Josh V, what's up, man? I need to look at the chat. Craig Brogan, Harry Tornado Cleaning Services LLC, coming right up. It'll be a whirlwind of experience. Oh man. Xavier Owens, bro, I'm so lost. Me too, man. You got to go back and rewatch it. I tried to cover everything in the first 10, 11 minutes of this live stream, so you can go back and watch it. The fact that she increased the price without giving a heads up was not okay. So that's a good question. So she's like, are you not in the group chat? I'm like, no, you don't even have my cell phone number. I was just talking to her through Facebook. And after the fact, she was like, oh yeah, I don't have your number. It's still $100. and then I'll show it. She left her mop bucket here. Like, okay, just to give you an idea of this lady, she pulled up to the house and she said first of all, she's supposed to be here at 10. She got here at like 10:50. And she said, sorry, I'm late. I left the house without shoes and I had to stop and buy some shoes. Okay, you get the kind of lady we're working with here. I'm like, okay, whatever. Like, I'm here all day. It's fine. You're an hour late. That's fine. But then after she left, sent me the invoice, and I got back home, and she left her mop bucket here. This has been here for over a week. Look at all the rainwater in there. She's like, oh, no, I left the mop bucket. I'll be back today she said she was coming back that day to get the mop bucket and, like, clean our fridge because it looked like she had, like, sprayed stuff on the stainless steel of the fridge but didn't wipe it off. She's like, oh, I didn't have my stainless steel cleaner, so I got to come back and do that anyway. Never came back. So I never paid her invoice. Like I was like, okay, I'll just wait until you come get the mop bucket and finish the job to pay. And she Facebook messaged me like 2 days ago. She's like, hey, you never paid. I'm like, well, you never got your bucket, you know? So that's the kind of people, that's the kind of person she is. Check console, the mop bucket. I should auction it off. The famous Harry Tornado rant mop bucket live stream on May 5th. I tell you, this may not be the business industry for her. Yeah. It's just frustrating. Like, I would love, if I ever get to a point in life where I don't really have to work, I can just do stuff for fun, which is almost where I am now. To be honest, I've been super blessed. But I would love to just like coach small businesses because there's so many people that, I don't know, like don't have money to start a business. Like, you can start a cleaning business for pretty low overhead. You just need clients and a mop bucket, and you can start a cleaning business technically. Business license, it's just a very low barrier to entry, but I don't know. And I've seen on both ends, and I've seen like wealthy, well-off people. They're like, I'm going to start a buddy of mine wanted to start a landscaping business. He had never done it before in his life, ever. I'm like, okay, well, are you going to get like a little push mower and start cutting grass lawns around your immediate neighborhood, save up some money, get a better motor, get a trailer? Nope. He just went $50,000 in debt with like a zero-turn mower and a bunch of weed eaters and blowers and a trailer and a new truck and all that stuff. And I think he was in business for like a year, and that was it. I guess he sold it. I don't know, because it turns out there's about 700 landscaping companies in every town in America, because that's like the one business that all these like typical guys start. Something that people think is easy. Like, oh, I can cut grass, I can weed eat. Yeah, so can a lot of other people. What makes you special? Why should I use your services? We've got a guy in our neighborhood here that is a fireman, and he has a landscaping company, and almost everybody in the neighborhood uses him for landscaping because he shows up on time. He's very polite. He does a great job. He doesn't really charge a lot. Like, I had him come a couple months ago to like basically clear out our front flower beds and like trim all the bushes and pull weeds and all that stuff. And he's like, okay, it'll be $60. I'm like, $60? This is gonna take you like 3 hours. Like, what are you talking about? So I paid him like $100, and I'm hiring him because you know why? Because he didn't increase his price later. He just keeps the same price. Like, if you want to increase your price, do it gradually over time. You know, like I think if you have a rental, like a rental house or a rental property or something, I think it's important to increase your price a little bit every single year. Because the last thing you want is have a tenant in there for like, 6 years paying the same amount of rent, and then you realize that, oh wow, the average rent in my area has gone up 40% in the last 6 years, and then you increase the rent from $1,000 to $1,600, and they get all pissed off. But if you had increased it $100 a year for 6 years, they wouldn't have noticed. I should start I don't know. Do you have to claim all sales as income when you do your taxes? I keep hearing something about 200 items over 20,000. Is it both? So that 220,000 doesn't mean anything for your taxes. Doesn't mean, just forget that. Any amount of money you make in your reselling business, it could be $10. You're legally obligated to claim that on your taxes and pay taxes on it. That being said, typically you don't start paying self-employment tax. I think self-employment tax kicks in at like $400 in profit. So if you make less than $400 a year in profit from a reselling business, you probably don't have to claim that because you're not going to owe any tax on it anyway. But above $400, you're going to pay self-employment tax, which is like 15.2%. And then your income tax will usually kick in around, I think it's like between $9,000 and $10,000. So if you say you make $10,000, by the way, this is not tax advice. Say you make $10,000 in profit for a year. You have to report that when you file your taxes, but likely you're going to pay just self-employment taxes on most of that, and you're only going to pay your basic income taxes on the very last portion of that, depending on if you make other money from other sources as well. But income taxes don't really kick in until basically from 0 to like 9,000 something. You don't pay anything in income taxes. Not tax advice. So we have Harry Tornado Cleaning LLC, Harry Tornado Gas Station LLC, Harry Tornado Mexican Restaurant LLC, Harry Tornado Gardening LLC. Going to be busy, Josh. Yeah. Like I said, I'm not trying to say that I'm some like business tycoon. Okay. I feel like there's so much missed opportunity in these businesses. Like literally, okay. Oh my gosh. I'm so passionate about this. The other day, this was like a long time ago, like 7 or 8 months ago. We were, I broke my lawnmower, my pushing lawnmower. I ran over the water main thing, I guess they checked the water and like didn't put the lid on. So when I ran over the mower, it flipped up and hit the blade and like knocked something loose and didn't work. And so I guess last year, maybe it was a year ago this time, our grass was super high and I didn't want to buy a new lawnmower. I was just going to try to get it fixed. So we were walking mows around the neighborhood and I saw this business on one block over cutting the lady's grass over there. Nice couple guys. I'm like, hey, I live literally right on this lady's like, her backyard is up to my backyard. And I was like, I live right over there. And it was like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. I was like, are you guys busy today? And they're like, no, this is the last yard of the day. I'm like, great. I mean, if you want to ride over there and cut my grass, I'll pay you, whatever. And he was like, great, we'll finish up here and I'll give you a call. I called him on my cell phone number. He had my phone number. Never called, never showed up. I'm like, literally, I walked up to you on a job and told you that I would pay you to cut my grass that was 50 feet away. You didn't have to you could have rode the lawnmower around the block to my house, It just, the fact that people, how much easier can it get, You have customers falling into your lap and you just brush them off like they're crumbs. I don't understand. Flippy McFlipperson, Evan, I appreciate the $10 super chat, man. For a White Claw and a bucket of balls to help you relax. Oh man, I need it. I got some G Fuel, baby. 357 people in the chat. Thank you guys so much. I was gonna make a video about the cleaning lady debacle, but I was like, it would need to be scripted so I don't rant. And I was like, it'd be much better if I just did it in a live stream so I could rant all I want. Conroe, how many bang drinks have I had? Are you passionate or caffeinated? I haven't had any caffeine. Oh, I had a Diet Coke this morning, but I haven't had any caffeine other than that. I didn't even have coffee today. Hey, Josh, any thrifting videos recently? I'll have a thrifting video coming out probably tomorrow. So if you make 9,000 more in profit, how much percentage-wise should we put aside for taxes? So you can look at your tax bracket. It's all, tax rates are marginal. So like 0 to 9,000 something is 0, and then like 9,000 to whatever the next bracket is like 18% or something. And then like 18 to 40 is like 21. I don't know. I usually set aside 25% of my total profit to pay my taxes. And that usually pays for it. Last year I actually ended up paying a little bit less than I paid, like 22 or 23%, because you have write-offs and other stuff like that. But general rule of thumb for most people, unless you make a ton of money or you don't make much money at all, saving 20 to 25% of your total net profit after fees and shipping costs and cost of goods sold, your actual profit, saving 20 to 25% of that is usually good to set you up for taxes. Can you afford a BMW i8 if you wanted to? I don't know how much that is, but probably. But in life, it's not about what you can afford. It's about buying things that that make sense, you know? Like, there are a lot of things I could afford if you want to look at a monthly payment. I mean, a monthly payment on $1 million house is probably what, like $4,000 a month, $4,000 or $5,000 a month. I can afford that, but I'm not going to buy that because I don't need $1 million house, you know? $130,000 car, yeah, I could afford that, but I'm not gonna. I would never buy that. If I'm gonna spend 130K on a car, it's gonna be a Tesla, souped out. $4.99 super chat from PNR Bargains. You are amazing. I've learned so much from you. Thank you, and I appreciate your videos. Thank you, PNR Bargains. I appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, to everybody, when it comes to cars, like, everybody has their own taste, you know. But I just, there was this guy I used to work with at Chick-fil-A. He was so weird because he, at the time, this was like 2010, 2011, and he had like this really nice Audi car, and it was like 90 grand, and he was working at Chick-fil-A making like $8 an hour. And he would always, I guess he just was rich and didn't just wanted to work for fun, because like he got in trouble several times because he wasn't even cashing his paychecks. They were just like, why haven't you cashed your check from February? It's June. He's like, oh, I just put them on my dresser. I'm like, why are you here? This is not I mean, it's a good job, but it's not fun. It's not something I would do for fun, you know? You should get a Tesla. I might not get a Tesla, but my wife might get a Tesla eventually, maybe. Just depends. We're almost completely debt free, basically debt free. Only debt left is like a small medical bill. It's like $2,000. I'm just trying to get through this year. Like the last year on YouTube and reselling has been really, really good. I'm trying to get it like a whole complete year of it being really, really good, and then we can kind of reevaluate from there. If you have more toys, you have to take care of them. Yeah, I mean, it's something like that, like a Tesla or BMW or something. That's just a toy, you know. It's not bad to spend money on that, but you got to evaluate your life, and like if it's going to create financial strain in your life, or you're going to, you know, be left with no money after you buy a Tesla or a BMW or something, then you don't need to buy that. But if you can, I don't know, like I play golf every day. Like, to most people, like, I think people think golf is really expensive. I pay $12 a day, $12 4 days a week. I pay $12 4 days a week to play golf. And when I tell people I play golf every day, they're like, "Oh, you must be rich." I'm like, it's $12 a day. It's just like a mindset, I think. But anyway, is your wife also in the reselling business? Not yet. Not yet. She is a scientist. What's the plan for 2022 for me? I don't know. Kind of just keep doing what I'm doing. You know, it's working out so far. Don't want to fix what's not broken. 4Runner gang. Yeah, I love my 4Runner. I don't know why. Relax videos. Have you ever tried drop shipping? No, because it's against terms of service on eBay and Amazon. The only way you can legally drop ship is if you use your own website, like a Shopify store or something like that. And in that case, you're operating at such low profit margins with drop shipping anyway, but that by the time you pay for the ads to drive traffic to your own site, you're going to lose money. Drop shipping is a scam. People pay for what's important to and for them. Yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I used to be a financial coach, like Dave Ramsey style. We weren't like certified Dave Ramsey because we didn't agree with everything he said. But we interviewed a lot of people. And you'd be surprised how many people, you know, living in a big house with 3 cars in the driveway and a boat and a jet ski and fancy clothes and iPhones, and they are just drowning in debt. I mean, their family's making, $150,000 a year with $400,000 in debt. Just $15,000 a month just in minimum payments on credit cards and vehicles. It's sad, man. It's really, really sad. So the title, The Worst Business Mistake, did I miss it? Yes, you did miss it. Oh, you need a Tesla for sure. Everybody keeps trying to talk me into a Tesla. I think now Teslas are really becoming more of a realistic vehicle choice. Like you can get a brand new Tesla for almost the same price as a brand new 4Runner. Like Tesla. I don't know. I don't know how a company so new as Tesla is selling their cars so cheaply, relatively. So I don't know. Like, if I'm gonna buy a new car, you can probably get a brand new Tesla 3 standard range with full self-driving, like the basic, like white regular wheels, are probably like 55 grand, which is like, again, that's like a normal car. Like a new Jeep Wrangler is like 70. So it's a much more realistic car now than it was 5 years ago. Got to keep up with the Joneses. That's right. There's an article out there about an Uber driver paying for his Tesla in 1 year. The best way, I think, to pay for a Tesla is to rent it out on Turo. Turo is kind of like Airbnb for cars. So it's basically like I could rent my 4Runner out. I actually might. Should I do it for a video? Should I sign up for Turo and rent my 4Runner out just to like make a video about it? Let me know. You can sign up. You have to have insurance, stuff like that. I don't really know how the insurance would work. Probably couldn't be completely honest with your insurance company. But Teslas get a lot. Like there's one guy in my area that rents out his Tesla, and I don't know how often it's rented, but he charges like $120 a day with like a 2-day minimum. So I mean, a Tesla payment, even if you don't put any money down, you spend 50 grand on a Tesla, your payment's probably going to be like $800 a month, just the payment, not insurance. But if you can rent it out 2 weekends a month, or rent it out during the week, you drive it on the weekend and rent it out during the week to people, you could pay for it. Chris, Daily Refinement, I don't know if he still does it, but he used to rent out his Toyota Prius on Turo. I think he rented out 2 cars maybe, because he was like, we don't drive them, they're just sitting in the driveway. Why not let somebody else drive it around town for a day and make $80? Turo provides insurance, I believe. Yeah, but it's kind of, last I checked, it's kind of like Uber. Like Uber provides insurance for their drivers, but the way it works is if you're in an accident, you have to file a claim with your personal insurance company. And once your personal insurance company denies that claim because you were driving commercially without permission, then Uber will take over from there. But you have to have that denial first. And then, but what happens then is that if you file a claim and your insurance company finds out that you're driving for Uber, chances are they're going to like non-renew your policy. And then when you try to get a new policy, new companies can check your insurance report and see that you had a history of driving commercially, and then you won't be able to find the insurance. I think a couple insurance companies are realizing that there's a market for insuring people that drive with Uber and stuff. But anyway, Chris rents to himself. I don't know what that means. I would be worried if someone wrecked my ride. Yeah, I mean, generally, it could happen, but it's very likely not going to happen, But like I said, I mean, you still have insurance. It's just kind of a risk, I guess. If I pay for a super chat with my eBay link, would you be okay with that? I don't know what that means. Did you send a super chat that I missed? I don't see any missed super chats. I appreciate it, though. I can't imagine seeing you get angry. I get angry sometimes. People buy cars just to put on Turo, yeah, because you can make money, especially if you live in a big city where people are constantly renting, and you're making. I mean, you got a nice car, like even if your car payment's $1,000 a month, and you're charging $100 a day. Say you rent it out half the time, 15 days a month, that'll pay for the car, Then you get a free nice car to drive around the other 15 days a month, and then you make even more money if you rent it out more than that. This is supposed to be a live listing, me taking pictures of golf clubs. I'm just talking too much. Maybe buy a car specifically for Turo, great YouTube series, and maybe write off. I need to talk to Justin about that, or Mark. Do you sell a Mercari or Poshmark? I do sell a Mercari, not very much, just a couple things here and there. I do not sell in Poshmark. I have sold one thing on Poshmark, but that's it. Alexa, stop. Alexa, play the most recent episode of the Triple Thrift podcast. Activate all of your Alexas. She said I couldn't find triple fridge. What's up, Turtle Bug? Love watching Josh learn a lot. You're my favorite reseller. Thank you so much. K Millums 8304. Do you have any issues with scammers messaging you on Mercari? Most. Okay, I'm back. Do you have any issues with scammers messaging me on Mercari? No. I don't think I've ever gotten a message on Mercari. I don't sell on Mercari enough to get any messages. If you rent out your car, make sure you advertise your YouTube channel on the headrests. I have a sticker on the back of my car that just says Harry Tornado. And I've had a few people like in parking lots. They're like, what is Harry Tornado? I'm like, oh, it's my YouTube channel. And then they get excited. So I guess I should put like a YouTube logo next to it so people know. Have you ever had to report a buyer on eBay for harassment? No, I have not. What's my favorite car? I like my car, Toyota 4Runner, baby. 2014, 102,000 miles. It's perfect. This live listing is not going to help Joey with his listing speed at all. I say I didn't title it as live listing. I think I originally did, but my Alexa heard you. Yeah, we're gonna have a ton of another 400 views on our podcast because I activated all of your Alexas. Where'd you get the name Harry Tornado? It was my nickname in college. I'm very hairy, just hair everywhere, and I'm also very messy. See, it's like a tornado. How many items a day would you have to list to go full time in your opinion? It depends on the items. If you're selling items where you make $1,000 each, you could list one thing a week. Now, if you need to make $1,000 in profit per week, so it's really hard to say that. I would say like probably 10 things a day for most people. How do you feel about buying bulk on wholesale? I mean, it's up to your business model. Like most of the time when you buy like wholesale stuff or bulk stuff, the profit margins are really low. You're going to be, best case scenario, you're going to make like 30 to 40%. And I like going to the bins and spending $5 to get $50 worth of stuff, not going online and spending $1,000 to get $1,200 worth of stuff, you know, but it's whatever. Does ending a listing affect your account? No. Hello, Jack Snow from Malaysia. Thanks, man. Put your face on the back windshield and says "Meet Harry Tornado." I'd have people running me off the road. What'd you go to college for? I originally went to college for radiology, and then I realized very quickly that I didn't like that, and so then I went for just like my associates in arts, which is just like the first 2 years of a bachelor's degree. And then I got that. And then I transferred to a 4-year college to go for economics. And then I failed 2 classes my first semester and then dropped out and then waited like 2 years and then met Haley. And she was at Clemson studying biochemistry. I'm like, she's freaking smart. She's beautiful. There's no way she's going to be with some ugly college dropout like me. So I went back to Midlands Tech and started basically taking as many classes as I could to get a finance degree, like a bachelor's in finance and a bachelor's in economics. I took all my maths, all my accountings, all that stuff, had like 97 credit hours. And then I tried to transfer back to USC to finish because I'm only like, I have 97 credit hours and I need 120 for the bachelor's degree. So, and each class is 3 credit hours. So I'm like 9 classes away from a bachelor's. And they denied me. They're like, oh, sorry, you were here last time and you failed 2 classes. I'm like, yeah, but I've retaken both of those at Midlands Tech and got A's in both of them. And they say, nope, sorry, I had to appeal. I even appealed it and they still denied my appeal. So then started a YouTube channel. And things are working out pretty good. So moral of the story is just drop out of college and start a YouTube channel. You're a trophy husband. You know, it's so funny because like when Haley and I first got married, I was a little bit skinnier. I was probably like 20 pounds lighter than I am now, but I was very poor. Like the first year we got married, I think I made like $9,000. It like after it was insurance sales, so after like expenses and stuff, I had taxable income of $9,000. And then recently, I don't want to give it away. Recently, I made a business move that will pay $10,000 over the course of a year, like guaranteed, not like if this sells, like guaranteed 10,000 over the course of the year. I was like, literally, just this one thing I did made me more money than my entire year of our first year of marriage. You know, I'm like, did you ever think marrying me that we'd be in a situation like we are now? She's like, no, I did not. So, will you have? Will 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 we have kids someday? Yeah, maybe someday. Not in any rush. Schools set you up to fail. Who agrees? Yeah, I don't understand. Like what more could I have done? I applied. I retook. I did not start an OnlyFans. I did not. I retook the classes I failed and took other classes to prove. Like I went when I dropped out of USC, I had like 40 credit hours, and not counting the two that I failed. So I dropped out and then retook the two I failed and added 57 more credit hours to that and got all A's and B's. I think I had like 2 or 3 B's, the rest A's. And that still wasn't good enough. Like literally, what more could I have done here? I think it was just fate. Because I mean, where would we be now? Like if I went back to college and graduated with my degree in finance and I was working in some cubicle right now, everything in life happens for a reason. Harry Tornado Cleaning making 10K a year. Lisa McCollum, bye Josh. It's 5:30 p.m. in Scotland. Nice to see you live. Shout out Lisa. Calling all the way from Scotland. The UPS guy is at my neighbor's house, and I'm super excited because if you guys follow me on Instagram, you know that I a couple weeks, like 6 or 7 weeks ago, I bought a Scotty Cameron putter from Wish.com, and it is scheduled to arrive today. So I'm super excited to see what I actually get because it's definitely not going to be a Scotty Cameron putter because it was $64 free shipping. What business mistake did I make? You have to go back and watch the first 10 minutes of the video. I'm finishing up my PhD in paleontology geology, or would be if I wasn't watching this video, and can't get a job. Boldy Grow Homestead. Well, I hate to say it. I hate to say it, but what did you, like, honestly, like real talk, what did you expect? Like when you went into it, like one day I'm going to graduate with my PhD in paleontology and geology. Like, what did you expect to happen when you graduated? Because I don't know. I think there's this girl I know. She just graduated a private college, and she has a bachelor's in psychology and a bachelor's in dance, and she's working like 3 jobs. None of them are in psychology or dance. I don't understand. Like, I mean, you can do what you want. I don't care. I don't care what other people go to college for, but I don't understand why people are like shocked. Like if you go to school for what Dave Ramsey says, German polka history, and then people are surprised that they can't find a job. Like, did you not study the market and see that that was a terrible decision beforehand? I don't understand. I'm not trying to be mean to anybody. I mean, I went to college. I had wasted years of my life and like $25,000 in student loans for nothing, essentially. I have an associate's degree, but I don't even know where it is, and nobody's ever asked for it. So I don't understand. Student loans are crazy. I think the craziest student loan story I heard was this guy on Dave Ramsey. He went to medical school. He did 4 years undergrad, 4 years med school, and then like he couldn't pass the test like to become a doctor. He was like $750,000 into student loan debt, and he had taken the test to become a doctor 3 times, and he failed it every time. And he's like, I don't know what to do. Like, and Dave's like, can you be a nurse or something? He's like, no, it's completely different. I have to go back to school for another 4 years. And I'm like, dude, that literally, I mean, even me as a person who's never been to medical school, if I had to take a test for $750,000, I'd figure out a way to pass it, you know, like that's terrible. Because then student loan debt is not bankruptable. You can't just bankrupt out of it. Like you're stuck with it for the rest of your life. And if you're not a doctor, it's going to take you the rest of your life. Just the minimum payment on $750,000 in student loan debt is probably $12,000 a month, $8,000 to $12,000 a month with no job. It's crazy. That is crazy. That guy should move abroad and work under the table somewhere and ditch the $750K in debt in the U.S. Well, unfortunately, debt follows you unless you get a new identity. But I guess he could move to some third world country and be a doctor. College needs to be free for real. Well, that's the thing. Like most cases, college is already free. Like if you have decent grades, like if you get A's and B's, you can go to two-year college for free, and then the next 2 years you can get scholarships. Like as long as you go to if you go to an in-state school, don't go out of state for school, and you do the first 2 years at a technical college, college is already free. So I guess that could make some people upset, but yeah, college is already free. I don't understand. Break all day. Dude, I usually watch videos at 1.75 speed. I'm watching you at normal speed. You sound so, wait, where did it go? Where'd it go? So mellow. Well, that's because I'm already a pretty fast talker in my videos. I try to make it pretty fast paced when I do edited videos so people don't get bored. But if you're watching me at 1.75 speed, that is super fast. Hats off to you. Oh man, the USA is crazy. Yeah, it is. You can now take accelerated nursing programs, 15 months. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. And is it? I guess nurses make a lot of money, man, especially now because I guess there's like shortages or something. My mom's a nurse and she's doing very well. It's probably why medical treatment is so expensive. They got to pay all the nurses. Not free in Nebraska. I don't know anything about Nebraska. Yeah, that's how I get it. I got a 2-year scholarship at my associates, had a grant and payment plan through the first 2 years, and got my bachelor's, came out with no debt. There you go. It's not that hard. I think there's so many people that just want everything handed to them. You know, college isn't, you work a little bit, have good grades, take a little side job, apply for some scholarships. It's free. There are too many working with your hands trades that need people. A 4-year college is not always the way to go. Rachel, I would say nowadays a 4-year college is rarely the way to go. In my opinion, the only people that should go to a 4-year college are medical professionals, doctors and nurses, lawyers, and maybe engineers. And all these people getting degrees in political science and psychology and economics and the women's studies and PE, it's just a waste of time. Also, we're experiencing like degree inflation. Like if everybody has a degree, who cares? Like it's just a degree. It's not that hard. Going to college is not that hard. It's just like you've just proven that you can sit down and listen and pass tests. You know, you're proven that you're a good employee. I really like the new like entrepreneurial movement that's happening. Like so many people are getting out of the 9-to-5 mindset and starting their own businesses, and it's really getting back to like a really organic small business thing. I think more small businesses are starting now than they have in a long time. Granted, they're not all super successful, but like with the power of social media now, like I mean, it's crazy how much a small business could explode just from one like viral video or something. Cincinnati Picker is the best reseller. Amen to that. Actually, Tariq, I would say Cincinnati Picker is probably the most likable reseller that I know of, but I would say that Tim Osborne to Thrift, he's on YouTube, but he just started YouTube recently, mainly on Instagram. I think he is the best reseller that I've seen. I mean, Cincinnati Picker is good because he's like selling, other places, eBay, Antique Booth, Facebook Marketplace and stuff. But Tim Osborne Thrift, single person operation, 90-day eBay totals like over $50,000. And he's just sells stuff like crazy, man. I've never seen anybody sell as much stuff as him. Unfortunately, you can't even get an interview with a lot of places without a degree. To be honest with you, I wouldn't want to work at a place that wouldn't want to interview people just because of that. Because personally, I know a lot of complete idiots that have college degrees. A college degree doesn't mean Doesn't mean that you're a smart person. Doesn't mean that you're a good employee. Doesn't mean that you're trustworthy. Doesn't mean that you're capable of problem solving. It's just literally just you went to school for 4 years and you sat in some classes and you memorized some information long enough to pass a test, and then they gave you a piece of paper. That's all it means. That I've worked with people at multiple jobs that had college degrees, and multiple of those people were complete morons. And that doesn't mean anything. If you're running a business and you won't interview somebody because they don't have a college degree, you're an idiot. There are a lot of people out there without degrees that are much better employees than people with degrees. Part-time picker has to have forced labor in the basement. He does, man. He doesn't share publicly about his full-time job, but he told me a couple years ago, and the fact that he can do that job at night and run his reselling business like to the level that it is incredibly impressive, especially with his YouTube videos. I haven't seen his YouTube videos lately, but last year, maybe like a year and a half ago, he was doing basically daily videos. I'm like, dude, you're working all night long, shipping orders, selling stuff, and having time to film and edit uploads every day. It's insane. Absolutely insane. What if you don't memorize anything and you forget everything in college? Most people do forget everything in college. I don't remember anything I learned in college. What would you have done in the beginning if Haley was not supportive? I don't know, kept applying for jobs, I guess. I applied for one job and didn't even get an interview, which is crazy. I think I've told that story before, but I'll tell it again just in case you haven't heard. So the job I got laid off from, I was an insurance underwriter. My job was to review new home policies that came into the company and like look at the inspection of the home and make sure there was no, issues with the home that would cause like a claim or be likely to cause a claim for the company. So basically managing risk. And when I got laid off, the company that my mother-in-law works at had an open position. She was like best friends with the hiring manager, and the position was an insurance underwriter. And the qualifications were like minimum 1 year experience in underwriting, 2 years experience in insurance, which I was an insurance salesman for 2 years before that. So I had 3 years experience in the insurance industry. Already had both insurance licenses that you can have, had both of those. And I was like, must be able to review policies and assess risk to, manage the risk level of the company, whatever. Like it was literally the same exact job I was already doing, but just with like, I think they do like supplemental health insurance, kind of like Aflac, something like that, but it's not Aflac. And I was like, oh, this is literally the exact same job I'm doing. I'm good at it, and it's open, and my mother-in-law is best friends with the hiring manager. So I applied, and I never even got an interview. I'm like, I'm perfectly qualified. Literally every single thing on your job description fits me. I'm the perfect candidate. And they don't even bring me in for an interview. They didn't even email me to tell me I didn't get the job. I just never heard back. It's just crazy. But I think that was just fate. That was just what happened. What would happen if I got hired? I'd still be working there probably. Making a lot less money than I'm making now. So it's interesting. It's interesting how life works out. Depends on the field. Degrees still matter. Yeah, again, if you're a nurse, I'm not going to hire a nurse that hasn't gone to nursing school. I'm not going to hire an engineer that doesn't have an engineering degree. But like graphic design, there's this kid I know that's going to school online for a graphic design degree, and it's like some private school, like $30,000 a year. I'm like, dude, you could go to Skillshare and learn graphic design. I could learn graphic design in 3 weeks online for free with YouTube videos. You don't need a degree to be a graphic designer. So yeah, you need a degree to be a doctor or a lawyer. Actually, I won't even say lawyer. You don't need a degree. You can learn the law and be good at it without a degree. I was probably overqualified. I didn't have a college degree. Like I wasn't, their qualifications were experience and being able to manage risk. I had both of those. Nothing else. I didn't have anything else. I get laid off in 2 months, and I'm thinking about trying it out for a while. Trying out full-time reselling. I will say that it's not easy. It's definitely not easy, especially depending on where you live. I mean, it's easy to make like side income, you know, make 500 to 1,000 bucks a month. That's pretty easy. But you know, if you have a family with like insurance and kids and all that kind of stuff, you would probably need to net after taxes and expenses and reinvesting into new inventory and stuff like $3,000 to $4,000 a month. So that's not easy. That's like 50 to 60 hours a week. So I think reselling is great in conjunction with another side job like Uber or Lyft or DoorDash or something. But only reselling is pretty tough. I mean, I only spend like 15 to 20 hours a week on reselling, but I sell. Usually my 90-day total is around $15,000, and I operate about a 50% profit margin. So I'm bringing home like $2,000 to $2,500 a month in like take home pay after all my expenses and reinvesting and stuff. If that was all the money I made, I could probably live on that, but it would be a lot tighter than I have now. But now I have YouTube and Amazon affiliates and sponsorships, and my wife still works, and we don't have any bills now. We're all out of debt, you know. So there's a lot that goes into it. Big drift. I just want to know what the plans are for the bucket. What do you guys think? I'm sure she's not coming back. Hey, Mose, thank you so much. I laid this towel here for Mose to lay on, and you see he's choosing to lay half in the concrete and half in the monkey grass. I don't think this is worth anything. I don't want to throw it away because my luck is that one time I throw it away, she'll come back for it. Oh, shout out my new Crocs. Haley does not like them, but TJ Maxx, baby, 20 bucks. I mean, it's a nice mop bucket. You know, if she had to go buy a new one at the store, I don't know. I've never bought a mop bucket like that, but I imagine it's probably 20 bucks or so. Let's just sit in the driveway. I don't want to throw it away, but I also don't want to sit in my driveway forever. Facebook Marketplace? I could. Oh, I think I sold something on Facebook. That's interesting. I just got a Facebook message from an old friend of mine, and it is a very weird message. That's interesting. Check the mat if you did sell something. Mose, no. Do not bark at the dog. It's just a dog. He's on live, no cap. Hey, Josh, are you still investing at all? Yeah, baby. I bought $150 worth of Dogecoin when it was at 32 cents. So now I have about $300 worth of Dogecoin. Kind of wish I would have invested like $20,000 instead of $150. What happens if you go on a week vacation? Can you pause orders coming in on eBay or specify that they won't get shipped until a certain date? Yeah, you can turn your store on time away mode, which is basically like vacation mode. Your store, I haven't used it yet, so I don't know if people can still buy stuff or if it like turns off all your listing. Maybe that's an option. You can also change your handling time to like 10 days. That way people can still buy stuff and you just have 10 days to ship it out. Let's see. Smash that like button for the Crocs. Yeah. 500 people here at a random 12:30 in the afternoon. Mose, please can it. Man. Yeah, I appreciate you guys being here. Hit the like button. I can't see how many likes the video has because I'm just on the StreamYard, but do you flip phones? No, I don't know anything about cell phones. I had $380 for the Doge too. It's just crazy. Like, I don't believe in Dogecoin. I don't believe that I don't believe that it is a successful investment. However, it's a successful investment. I don't understand it. So I don't know. Started reselling 1 week ago on eBay. Sold about $400 worth so far. Thanks for the info and inspiration. You are so welcome. I'm gonna move you guys over here so I could take pictures. Over here, shout out GVM, great video makers for these sick lights. They're very expensive, but they're very good as well. Shout out Crystal from Sick Haircut yesterday. What is your strategy for selling locally on Facebook Marketplace? Do you post on local pages? No, I just post on actual Facebook Marketplace. 99% of Doge is owned by 634 individual wallets. Well, those wallets are very wealthy right now because chances are they bought in the very beginning when it was like less than a cent. Wow, I flip Crocs every day. They're so hot right now. I buy them for $20 online, have them delivered to my door, and then send them out in poly bags. $8 in profit per pair, no work. Sell over 100 pairs per month. That's pretty crazy. I volunteer to come sit with Mo so you can work. Is that you or your dog in the picture? The people that realize we have more power, so we get to decide what makes money on the exchange market. Things are decentralizing. Who would have thought a few stimulus checks to shake stuff up? Yeah, the government's really kicking themselves now. I don't think people are as bad off as the government thinks they are, you know? Like, yeah, a lot of people lost their jobs, but most people are back to work already. I mean, in our town, like every business has a hiring sign in the window. Yeah, they're not like great jobs, but they're the same jobs that most people lost in the beginning of the lockdown, you know, like restaurant jobs and retail jobs and things like that. So I don't know. Mountain Treasure, $5 super chat. Here's to the initial investment into the live streaming Mo's cam. Next time you're out thrifting, Mo's goes live. I might just let Mo's take over. Mo's, you want to do the live stream? Okay, you sit. Okay, now you just stay here and just read. Yeah, you gotta look. No, cat. That's what he's barking at. Almost broke my ankle. You almost messed up my croc. You guys see that sick cat? Moses, if you weren't so, you know, energetic and attacky, that a cat may not be so afraid of you. Did you go to the bins in Greenville? No, we didn't go to the bins. Favorite brand, Nike, Under Armour, Adidas. Oh, to sell or to wear? I don't know. Yeah, I think a lot of people aren't paying their rent. Yeah, it's because they don't have to, basically. The government's trying to protect the tenants instead of the landlords. Are houses cheap over there? No, houses aren't cheap anywhere. Instead of blew out my flip flop, it's a croc. That's right. That is right. Let's see. Copy. I invited Drew earlier, but he hasn't showed up yet, so I don't know if he's gonna come or not. All right, I need to take some pics. Let's see. I brought my thought I brought my brush somewhere. Did I not? Okay, everything's fine. Everything is fine. I guess I can sit here. There's a spider. Now I can't see. California prices are astronomical. Yeah. They really are. Woo, woo. Hello, Mose. Love you so much. Crocs, okay. Crocs with socks, not okay. I wore Crocs with socks to the golf course this morning. Any plans to update from the garage? Not really. Not at all. Oh. I need to make this. Let's see. Come on. Post comment. Oh, what the heck? How can I comment in here? Oh, I was clicking the wrong thing. Okay. Not that one. Golly. I'm figuring it out. I'm figuring it out. Okay. Copy. Okay. I just put the phones are the worst. I just put the chat. I put the link to join the chat in here, in the thing. Obviously, I can't talk to everybody. There's almost 500 people here, but if somebody wants to join me, chip chat about business, life, eBay, YouTube, feel free to join. And I hope I can do this on my phone. If I can't, I'll just look like a dummy. There's most. Let's see, there's somebody in here, Newport 55, but I don't see your I don't see your video. I don't know. I don't see a video from you. I just see like your name. Cody's here. Let's add Cody to the stream.
What's going on, man?
Living the dream, brother.
Dude, I've been trying to catch you live, and I can't believe I just got in here.
Yeah, man. Luck of the draw.
I know.
So, who are you? Where are you from? What you do?
I'm from Alabama, and I'm a reseller also.
I thought you were gonna say you're from California.
What, give it away? The accent, maybe?
Yeah. That's awesome, man. So, how long you been reselling?
On eBay, I've been on since about 2008, but I've not been full time. About last September, I quit my job. So.
Okay, that's awesome. So, were you pretty established on eBay before you quit your job?
A little bit. We'd been going to like the Amazon Overstock stores, and that's where the majority of stuff comes from.
Do you have a lot of those down there where you're from?
We've got probably 5 within, 45 minutes from us.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. I think we have 3 in Columbia, maybe.
Yeah.
The Casboys is probably the biggest one. I think Crazy Casboys, they're from Alabama, right?
Yeah, I think the first one was in either Birmingham or Gunnersville. That's one of the ones I go to, Gunnersville.
Yeah. Is y'all's like crazy down there? Because ours is super.
It's not too bad. I mean, on Fridays that's their big day, but we go on Sundays and still find a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I went. When they built ours, they put it in kind of a rough part of town. and I knew going into it that they were going to have issues, with just bad customers.
Yeah.
And they did. I made a whole video about how the customers were monsters. I mean, people were ripping, and they would bring out new stuff after the store opened. So, like, all these people would literally like rip open pallets and like on their hands and knees. Like, I mean, it's crazy.
Yeah. I feel a lot of times like, on the big days like that, a lot of people are going for big items, and we can still go on Sundays and find, I found an Apple Watch that was just like rolled up in one of the Amazon bags.
Yeah.
And it sold for like $259. So there's still good items in there. People just, I don't know.
That's crazy, man. I found those 2 cell phones at one time, but that was pretty much it.
I think the biggest thing I've ever found was a Sigma lens, and it was selling for like $900, and that was insane. I paid $5 for it, so
that's great. I just bought a Sigma lens a couple months ago for this camera, and it was like $410 or something. So that's a good one. Good find, man.
What's crazy is I'd never even heard of Sigma. I had no idea what it was. I just seen it. It was really heavy and in a box, and I'm like, well, I'll look this up, and I was shocked.
I'm gonna add some other people to the stream. What's up?
What's going on?
So I know Bob buys down there, but I don't know the other 2.
I'm Dana. Dana Invest over here.
Dana Invest. Okay. Wait, which one of you said that? The screen's so small on my phone. Dana Invest. Top. And then who are you at the bottom? Yeah.
I'm James. I have Frugal Monster.
Frugal Monster. Got it. Dana Invest and Frugal Monster. Awesome. Oh, Haley's calling me. Okay, she'll just hang on. Go ahead.
So I can't believe I'm in a live stream with Harry Tornado and Bob Buys.
Oh, that's nice of you.
It's pretty cool.
Crazy, huh?
And the other 2 guys, I'm not familiar with you guys, but
you can check my channel out after. I've got a premiere later.
I definitely will.
Packing, and my daughter's helping me.
Josh,
I got like 25 orders to go out today.
Nice. I'm sitting at a Goodwill right now, so.
Do you mind
what did you say,
what I
Bob?
had in my story yesterday?
Yeah, go for it. Top middle. What was your name again? Cody. Okay, Cody. Thanks for being here, man. I'm gonna take you off just to make the screen a little bit less visible. See ya.
Sounds good, man. Good talking with you guys. Thanks.
Yep.
Okay, so if you guys are have YouTube channels and are doing YouTube, or just have like a private channel that you share with your friends and family, like you have private or unlisted videos, you may want to go in and check all of your videos, because YouTube enabled a new feature on April 30th that allows for anybody to share your content. So they have a new feature called Shorts. Even if you've never made a short or done a short before, they have enabled this across all videos, including unlisted and private videos. So all of your videos have this enabled on your channel, and you have to disable it. And what it does is it allows anybody to basically take a section of your video and create a short with it. So you don't know if they're doing this, you don't know what they're doing with it. It allows them to take any part of your video, even videos that you don't have as listed, videos that you even have as private, and it allows them to use your content without your consent, because they have enabled it across all videos on the platform. So I just wanted to tell people about that, because I don't think it's been talked about very much.
Yeah, the biggest issue with that is, like you said in your story yesterday, people can actually basically steal your content. It happened to, did you see Crazy Lamp Lady? She like shared that guy's video on Instagram yesterday. He has, I don't know what his channel's about, maybe like metal detecting or something, but he has over 1 million subscribers. And some other channel with like 6 million subscribers went and sampled every one of his videos claimed them, and then basically they stole his channel. Like they claimed all the monetization for all of his videos, and he posted a video about it, and YouTube eventually fixed it, I guess. But for a while there, that other channel was getting all the monetization for all of his videos.
Yeah, and they were gonna term his channel too. Like they were
Yeah,
gonna
they were going to delete the channel because they were saying that he's copying us, when in reality the video had been posted for years, and they just sampled them and did that. Nadine asked, how do we change that? You want to talk about that?
I made a video about it that goes into how you go in and turn it off on all your videos. But unfortunately, like I talked about in the video, you have to do it on every single individual video. And if you try to contact creator support about hey, I just want to overall opt out, most of the people that you're going to chat with in creator support don't even know that this feature is live, and there is no way to turn it off.
Yeah.
So
it's really probably one of the dumbest things YouTube has done recently in the last 10 years, I'd say.
Yeah, I just don't understand why they would just universally opt in. And what's weird is they say it so that way people can make shorts off of long form content, but that feature isn't available in actual short videos, because I do have some shorts videos, and that feature isn't enabled or even an option in there. So they only did it on long form content.
I think it's live now. I did a short this morning, and it showed on there, allow others to sample.
Oh, okay. So
I saw it this morning.
So why would they roll it out to long form content before they roll it out for the whole purpose was to compete with TikTok's duet and stitch feature? Why would you roll it out to long form content, especially long form privated and unlisted content?
And then not give creators an option to opt out one time.
Right.
Yeah, imagine you're gonna have to go back through all your old videos and change that.
I've turned it off on my last 3 videos, but I've got to go back to the other 330.
Yeah, it's really rough. I've been spending most of today doing that in between emails at work. So
sounds like a good job for a virtual assistant.
But then you have to give them access to your account.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, do you mind if I link that video in here?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
I think you're a mod, so you should be able to put links.
Yeah, I am, but I still want to ask permission. I'm going to do more than YouTube there. Ask your permission first.
Yeah, absolutely.
So are you
they said, what's your channel? So yeah, talk about your channel. I mean, you can put the link, but also talk about it.
Talk about my channel?
Well, just like your name and where
I'm
people
not
can find you.
biased, but it's B0B because that was my original roller derby number, was B0B back when you could have letters in the number. And I sell everything. I do a lot of ceramics and glass. I now do an awful lot of clothes. Been doing a lot of estate sale buyouts. And I sell pretty much anything I can make money off of. I'm part-time. I have a regular full-time 9-to-5 job where I manage other businesses. So that's my channel. I upload irregularly, but often, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. I get it, at least as a creator.
I want to hear about
guys, go check out Bob's channel. Be sure to subscribe. That was very valuable content. Usually when people share new updates and things to look out for, usually I've heard them before, but you were the first person I'd heard talk about them. So that was very, very useful.
Well, I'm glad it was helpful. I'm trying to figure out how to link it. Give me a second.
Treasure Hustlers just put a link to it in the chat, I think.
Oh, thank you, Treasure Hunters. I appreciate you.
There you go. All right. Bob, anything else?
No, you can get me off the screen if you want to. I appreciate you letting me share that here.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody go check out our channel. Thanks for coming by.
Bye, friend.
Bye. Oh. Okay. Middle. Okay, I can hear an echo, but middle guy, take it away. Who are you? Where are you from?
Dana. My name is Dana. I'm Dana Invests at Dana Invests on Instagram and Dana Invests on YouTube. Full-time reseller. Been reselling for about 2 years now since I left the corporate world, and loving it. And I'm just excited to be on the channel with you. I got a video premiering at 11 my time, so an hour and 15 minutes if you want to come check that out. But it's been on YouTube only for about 2.5 months now, but reselling for years and just having fun. This is, I guess, my second time being live. I was just on with Prison to Profit and Katie Reed's on one of their lives the other day. And so when you put this up, I was like, I'll give it a shot.
Build out the video or something. That's awesome, man. So what do you normally sell?
I sell everything. The stuff I'm packing this morning, I've got video games. I got, I think, 25 orders going out today, but anything, I got video games, stuffed animals. I sold some World War I military paperwork. That was kind of fun. But yeah, all kinds of stuff, collectibles, but mostly hard goods. I just started branching into ephemera after watching Primetime Picker and Auction Professor, and been buying a bunch of paper at estate sales and just making a killing. So
that's awesome.
Loving that.
That's one thing I've not tried to do.
Yeah, it's crazy. I watch Auction Professor and he's got whatever $800,000 listed in his inventory, and it's all in like little pieces of paper and stamps. And I'd show you. I just packed it up, or I would show it to you. But yeah, literally 2 pieces of paper from a big giant stack that I bought for $5 sold for $50 yesterday. So
that's crazy.
Just something new I'm trying.
Yeah,
I started doing records about a month ago and started doing ephemera about the same time. So just adding to the sales.
That's awesome. Well, cool deal, man. Good to meet you. Everybody go check out Dana Invests, and got a video premiering at 11 West Coast time, right?
Yeah. Yep. Hour and 15 minutes or so.
Awesome. We'll go check out his video, and thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate you.
Hey, man. Thanks for having me. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
All right, frugal monsters.
Josh, how's it going?
I'm just going great, man. Going great. Who are you? What do you do?
I'm a part-time reseller. I just started in November. Watched a lot of videos, you and Rally Roots, and but been on the live stream with Joey and Drew on Mondays. Love watching them. It's awesome. Listen to the Triple Thrift podcast. It's awesome. Got a lot of good ideas, a lot of inspiration. So, yeah, it's a fun little hobby to have. We'll see.
You're just part time?
Yeah, just part time. I got a full 9 to 5. Well, actually, full 2 to 10 job.
I think it's a good full time job, but I think it's even better part time job because it's like fun, and you can make whatever you want. You know, $500, $200, $5,000.
And the pressure's
really
not
how much time you put into it, you know.
So the pressure's off a little bit. You know, full time job has the insurance and income, and so, but it's great. Learned a lot.
Yeah.
Something the family gets to do. So, wife gets into it, helps out, and you know, I created a YouTube channel just to show off some of the electronics I have for sale, show that they work. Stuff that I think that really helps for selling those things.
Do you put video links to like the HTML codes in your eBay listing?
Yeah, I just put a link to the YouTube channel that I have for that specific.
So you link the products from your videos to your eBay.
Yes.
Okay. So I know there's a way you can make YouTube videos like showing off a product and then link that video in your eBay listing, but you have to do it in HTML coding.
Yeah, I'm technical.
I don't know how to do it, but I've seen people do it.
I just copy and paste, and it puts the link for them to copy and paste it. Seems to work. I know Lonnie had a video on it, on how he did it, but shed flips. But so yeah, I just wanted to get on, just say thanks for all the inspiration you've done, and you know, just a common person, just here out trying to resell and make a few extra dollars for the family. So
that's right, man. I love it. Love it so much. Well, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Good luck with the business, man. Good luck with the YouTube channel.
Thanks.
I'll catch you later, man.
All right, bye.
All right, next up, back out of this one. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what happened. Okay, next up, Samantha.
Hey Josh. Thanks for having
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm so good. So good. Just chilling in the garage. Supposed to be getting work done, but you can see
Likewise.
that's not happening.
Likewise. Well, I just wanted to say thanks for all your content.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, my name is Samantha. I am from the Seacoast in New Hampshire. And I just wanted to kind of talk to all the other parents out there who might have kids with disabilities. That's how
Mhm.
it started. I have a child with a disability who suddenly found himself out of school. And I am a single mom and I can't work because he's at home. So I turned to reselling just as a way to survive.
Yeah.
We basically were living on $140 a week
Wow.
for everything. That's no lie. So everything that before my divorce, everything was perfect. I was a stay-at-home mom. I had a trainer. I could do this. We traveled. I could buy clothes. There's freedom with financial, when you
Yeah.
find that. In a whirlwind, all in the same 2 months, my son lost his schooling. I lost my job. My divorce came through. I lost my house.
Mhm.
So I turned to reselling just because you cannot live on $140 a week here in America. It's just not possible.
Yeah.
So we were rock bottom, rock bottom. I remember one day I was out with a friend and I saw a hair elastic on the ground and I said, I should pick this up because what if I run out of hair elastics? She said,
Yeah.
is it really that bad? It is that bad. When you
Yeah.
have no money, it is that bad. You just turn into like a desperation mode. So turning to reselling in the year and a half that I've been selling, we now both have cell phones with data packages. I now can do programs for my son. Like he's a teenager, so he has an interest in graphic design. So we're learning, Adobe. We're learning. He has a Skillshare membership. We can now have a Netflix membership. He does experiential learning, so we're doing road trips. So
Yeah.
to anyone out there who feels like they are stuck, I started reselling with quarters, with change. It's so possible to make something out of nothing.
Yeah,
So
absolutely. In my last starting from zero challenge, we
yeah,
started with no money, no eBay store, no viewer sales, nothing, and we did just over $1,200, almost $1,300 in profit in technically 30 days. It was more like 4 months, but
that,
30 active days of selling. So yeah, it's definitely, if you're out there willing to get out there and work. I mean, I've been in hard parts of life too. No family to support under that, but I had quit a job before and expected to find something really quickly and didn't, and I ended up being unemployed for about 45 days. And I remember had my last $9. I went to the grocery store. I'm like, I didn't even have another job yet, and I was like, I got to make this $9 last the rest of my life. I guess
it's a scary
crazy.
number. I had $5, and I always make sure my son had food, so I was the last one to eat. So I'd go to the grocery store and I'd say, okay, what can I buy for groceries for a week for $5?
Yeah,
It's a scary.
not much.
Yeah, I loved your series, by the way. Anybody who hasn't watched it, please watch it. And if you feel stuck, watch that series because it is so possible. I'm a slow seller. I list slowly. I photograph slowly. I sell slowly, but it's enough right now. It's a building block for us that we are starting to get the freedoms back that we lost, that we once had. So anybody, if you are at home and you can't get out of your house for whatever reason, or you have a child that you're taking care of, there's a way out. There's a way out. There's financial freedom. Just got to do a little bit of work, but it is so worth it.
Absolutely. Amen.
Yes. Yes.
Samantha, thank you so much for stopping by. I appreciate that. I appreciate your story.
Great.
I wish you the best of luck with your reselling business.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. I'll catch you on I'll probably do this again. I like these. I'll catch you on the next one.
Thanks so much, Josh.
Yeah. All right. Next up. Let's see. Add.
Oh, hi.
Is it Lena?
Lana.
Lana. Hello. How are you?
How are you?
I'm better than I deserve.
It's funny. I've been watching you since the day one you started, and now you grow so much.
You've seen me grow. You've seen me blossom from a little seedling into a nice, full, little chunky house plant.
Yes, that's awesome. So where are you live far away from Charlotte?
I'm about an hour and 15 minutes to like this side of my side of Charlotte, and then maybe like an hour and a half to like the middle or the other side of Charlotte.
Because I have an aunt lives in Moreland, Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
Lives there. So I was just wondering how far you are. Oh.
Yeah, I went to Ben, my friend Ben, Ready Set Resale on YouTube. I think he just moved out this weekend, but he and his girlfriend or whatever lived in Charlotte for a couple months for her job, and I did a video with him up there. Hit a couple thrift stores. It's not too far. Thrifting was pretty good. So yeah.
So I'm actually just want to jump in and kind of say that. So I do reselling, like, and I do a lot of truck selling and pallets and everything. And I was just wondering if anybody wants to have any questions, how actually as a contractor holder and who buys from direct, how the whole world, because I know it's so much scamming going on there and so much information switch around and you know people make stuff up and everything. So yeah, so like if anybody,
I got a buddy that owns one of the Amazon overstock stores, and he's like, man, I'll tell you, 99% of people in the liquidation business are snakes.
yeah.
Like, I get it.
Yeah, I live in Ohio, so I actually visit one of the biggest contractor holders for Amazon and everything, their warehouse and everything. So I know a lot from inside world and everything. And
Yeah.
It's a lot of scamming going, especially now. I don't know,
Now that everybody in every street corner is trying to open up their own bin store.
Yeah, it's big. So that's why it's getting prices going up. Even like 3 months ago, the prices going up super much expensive because of the demand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's another thing. Back in the beginning of this live stream, I was talking about businesses and like, I'm not trying to be a business tycoon, but it's just some things seem like common sense, like if there's already like up in Greenville, South Carolina, where I went this past weekend, there's probably, I don't know, probably 12 to 15 bin stores in the area within 30 minutes of each other. I'm like, at what point do you guys realize that this is a flooded market and there's no more opportunity here?
Yeah.
Like, in my eyes, that would have been once there's like 4 stores. Once there's 4 stores in one town the size of Greenville, like there's no point in opening another one. So I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I get emails when I first started the Dream Deals videos. People are like, "Oh my gosh, where's the store? I need one in my town." And now I get emails and messages every single day, like, "Harry, Tony, I'm super excited. We finally have one of these stores opening in our town." I'm like,
Yeah.
Good luck. It's probably not going to be anything good.
Yeah, everybody. I mean, unfortunately, that's true because it's demand. So people cutting off the used to be 6 foot tall, 7 foot tall. Now they're half the price and everything because they're trying to spread it around and everybody just it's big deal and the prices go up. I mean, I feel like because of the unboxing, it's a big items and everything, and maybe years it's kind of wean off because it is good money, but the pricing is going up that you really have small margin.
Yeah, that's why a lot of the smaller bin stores now have their boutique section where they cherry pick all the good items and sell it for half of retail or something. I'm like, it's not really the appeal of a bin store. I'm not going to wait in line for 3 hours in the cold to get half retail.
Yeah,
I want to buy stuff for $5 that I could sell for 300.
Yeah.
So even going into it, I was like, okay, this is not sustainable. Like, I need to enjoy these Amazon stores for the next 3 to 6 months, because after that, their prices are going to go up. There's going to be more stores. And that seems like there's just, we're never going to run out of Amazon returns. But you do eventually. If there's, 20 stores in every city in America, you're not going to have that much junk to go around.
Because now people buying stuff for 19-20%, and like literally 6-7 months ago it was stuff that 14-15%.
Yeah.
You know, stuff just
That's crazy.
yeah, crazy. Like be experienced who buys pallets like the BBB, like really good clean merchandise. If people like looking for their stuff to look, me personally from experience that like Home Depot turbos, because there's so much stuff and people go flea market, make money out of it, and then still pricing your good. Let's see what else. Like I know they said Walmart.com it's really good and clean because it's all new stuff. So people like if they wanna trying to find it out of pallet, that's something.
Well, there we go.
And then like I said, thrift stores, they're never gonna go wrong with that. Of course the price is going up too, but I feel like if people can survive for another year or two, year to kind of like make it not as much, I think it's gonna come down, just because bin stores coming out. So even Amazon smalls used to be so hard to sell, like nobody wants them, but because everybody, so it's kind of, and the Facebook market just filled with stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like if people want it, I know so many people and who actually trustful people that actually can be helping, and they're not picked through or they're good and everything, and pretty much everywhere. And if I don't know how, they can contact me in the Facebook or something, and they can kind of direct them to the area and say, and they can check like, hey, can I trust this person?
Yeah.
Because so much scamming going on, and please don't send your money something that you don't talk to people. And
Yeah.
a lot of people as buying a trucks, they be third person, and sometimes it's easy to buy through a third person, like a brokers and everything, just because they buy 20 trucks a month, so they get discount and they can move the discount to you if you try to buy it individually, because individually you can go to the person and they'll like, no, I'm going to give you for $12,000 a truck. But if you go into third party, sometimes they can get discount and get you for 10,000. But this is like a truck people who wants to do.
That's a whole new game. I've seen my business brain is turning again, and there's so much small stuff still that nobody wants, but a huge demand that I'm seeing is people that want to buy return mail, because some girl on TikTok bought some return mail and is opening it. And now everybody wants it, but you can't find that. But you can find junk. So I'm like, why don't you just buy junk, put it in poly mailers, slap some fake labels on there, and sell it as return mail? Because people are going to expect junk anyway.
Yeah,
and then sell it like that. I mean, you could double your money just by putting stuff in poly mailers.
Only thing you have to charge for poly mail, because their things goes expensive too.
Yeah.
Big thing.
Anyway, like I was telling the guy at Dream Deals that he needs to start selling mystery boxes. Even just because there's so many people that do YouTube videos about it now too. Like if my Dream Deals had a mystery box, I'd buy it just for the video. It's probably going to be junk, but it would be something. A good way to get just put mostly junk, couple decent things, and maybe one good thing or something. So you're not losing money, and I'm not losing money.
Yeah. So you can have a fun thing, because a lot of people, that's the biggest thing to do, YouTube and unboxing.
Yeah.
Because I told my husband, maybe we should do just unboxing, because a lot of people don't like see those brown boxes and they don't know what's going on there, and they just look through it like. Because I with the warehouse right now, like I can show the pallets we have, and it's just been brown box, and you don't know what's going on there.
Yeah.
And it's filled with good stuff, But it depends what's a good stuff for people. Some people, another thing, like another people love tools. Everybody wants tools. Everybody's looking for these tools, but reality, it's really hard to get a tools right now. It's like literally you will have little small amount release. And it's tools and hardware, so you might have 4 or 5 tools in like 7 pallets, and the rest of it just be hardware, the big items or whatever. I feel like turbo have more tools than general tools, but trucks and pallets.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but I know.
All right. Well,
so
I don't want to cut you off. I've got 5 other people behind you, so I'll wrap it up. But you said it was Lana?
Yeah. So they can message me on the Land of Liquidation on Facebook.
What was it again?
The land, like land, LAND liquidation.
Land liquidation on Facebook. Okay.
Yeah. So if they have any questions, I can always direct them. I just need a city where they come from, and then who they can contact for the pallets and everything, or like a bin stores that I know buying from us and everything, that they're good, legit stuff and everything.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I get questions asked about how I get liquidation and wholesale stuff, so you just answered it. Go check her out on Facebook. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. All right. Next up it is wait, let me back out of here. Go back to guests. Treasures Noir. Hello.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going very well. Very well. How are you?
I'm good. So, yeah.
Like
Oh
your
my
hair.
gosh. Thank you. Thank you. So, my name is Kayla, and I'm from South Florida. And I sell vintage and hard goods, also lots of nerdy stuff. So, Disney and Marvel and stuff like that. So,
That's awesome. That's awesome. How long have you been reselling?
I passively have been doing it for 3 years, but I recently I got really scared during the pandemic, like everybody else, and was afraid to lose my job because I am also an insurance underwriter. So
Oh wow, look at there.
yay, I do
it's one of
workers'
those jobs.
comp.
It's
So
not hard, and it's something you could just easily do for the rest of your life. You know, like whatever. It's not.
yeah,
It wasn't like there were some times I actually had fun. Like if I get to argue with an agent about like why are you writing this crappy house, you know. But for the most
oh
part,
yeah. Well, I get to see people's work accidents, so
oh,
it's
that's
always
always fun.
fun.
You can no, this guy's definitely lying.
Oh, absolutely. You can't imagine how many people put their feet in like hot oils at restaurants trying to clean the hoods and stuff. Like,
Yeah, that's crazy.
so,
Crazy. We had this
yeah.
one guy that this one guy, his house was under foreclosure, like it was going to get foreclosed like the next week, and it was like a random Tuesday night. His wife and his 2 kids were at their grandma's house, like just visiting, and his house caught on fire that night. I'm like, huh, that's
Hmm.
really good that
That's a
your
little
wife and
sus.
kids were visiting, staying at their mom's house on a random school night. That's interesting.
Yeah.
But it's hard. You can't like we paid the claim unless you have somebody like on camera like committing
Right.
arson. You can't prove it. You know, it's just really like it was arson.
Exactly. So yeah, I think it's fun. Like it's a fun job. So, but I eventually would like to go full-time reseller. But yeah, pays the insurance, pays the bills right now. So me and my partner he's also a reseller too. So we both have our 2 offices and we work out of our home. So
That is awesome. Love it. Love it. Bob Buys in the chat says, "OMG, I love your style." I was like, yeah, definitely got an
thank
interesting style.
you. Thanks. Yeah, I dress vintage. So, and I've actually been a longtime watcher on a different account, but I just I started this my Treasures Noir account on YouTube, so I could actually start making YouTube videos. I have imposter syndrome, like everybody. So,
Yeah.
but
That never
let
goes
me know
away.
in the
Like,
chat. So, oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just saying the imposter syndrome never goes away. Like even now, somebody's like, "Hey, what do you do?" I'm like, "Oh, I just have a YouTube channel and stuff." They're like, "Oh, I guess there's like that idea that like if you say I sell stuff on eBay and have a YouTube channel, like it just immediately makes you seem like you don't know what you're doing. I guess you don't make a lot of money or whatever. So I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, people don't understand still, but I think, it'll start coming around a little bit. So,
Yeah.
but hey, if you guys think I'd be great at YouTube, let me know in the chat. I'm a lurker.
You made
So.
any videos yet, or you just have the channel?
No, I haven't made any video. I've actually made a few videos, but I feel embarrassed to post them. So
Yeah, that's also not going to go away anytime soon. You just have to like doing live streams are much more difficult than edited videos, because if you mess up, it's live, you know. So just seeing how well you're doing here in this situation, I think you'd be great at it. So I definitely keep going, post the videos.
I will. I'll definitely do it, and I'll tag you too. So yeah. Oh, I'm watching the chat too. Oh, thank you guys so much. You know, just quick shout out to everybody on here. So, and also let's give a big thank you to all the significant others who help us in our resale journey too. So, I won't take more of your time. So I'll let you talk to everybody else. But thank you guys so much.
Well, thank you for coming by. Your name was Samantha, is that right?
Kayla.
Kayla, I don't know why I thought, okay, Kayla. I talked to a lot of people. Kayla, nice to meet you. Everybody go check out her channel. It's Treasures Noir, right?
Yes, I'll be in the chat, so.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Appreciate you too. Bye.
Next up, Corbin. Corbin and Corbin, is it Corbin and Amy?
Amy, yeah.
Amy, okay. I've seen you guys. You were hung out with Prison to Profit, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool.
So, and we just made a video with Phoenix Resale too, Caleb.
Awesome. Yeah, we were supposed to do a meetup, and I don't think I just remember I never texted him back. I'm so sorry, Caleb. I love you so much. I didn't mean to forget. Okay, so who are you? What do you do? Where are you from?
Okay, well, my name is Amy.
And my name's Corbin.
This is Corbin.
We are full-time resellers. We're from Lexington, Kentucky, which is how we kind of got in with Caleb.
Yeah.
We've been reselling full-time now for going on 2 years. So we're still kind of new in the game. But we just started YouTube, I think 6-7 months ago. And you were actually one of the first people we watched.
Yep.
At the time, we thought we invented reselling. So that's kind of how ignorant we were to the whole reselling community and the idea of it. But yeah, we just kind of watch your videos, watch your Goodwill pallet stuff.
Yeah, and we bugged the crap out of you.
Mm-hmm.
We would keep on texting you questions, and I feel so bad about it because I realize, you get a bunch of messages. Yeah. But we just
did I respond? Did I answer all the questions for you?
You did, yeah.
Every single time, within like 30 minutes.
But this was like
usually I just wake up in the morning and just start answering questions, and then keep answering questions all day until I go to sleep.
Yeah,
you were much smaller at the time. I think you had like 15,000 subs maybe. And you were a lot smaller on Instagram too, so we didn't feel as bad. But now we understand. Like, man's a busy man.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to be busy. I think anytime you have success, I mean, busyness kind of comes along with that, especially if you don't outsource anything. And I haven't outsourced anything yet. So it's Desolator Magic says Harry has most of his questions answered by his secretary Mose. Mose is he's not very good at answering questions.
Mose is hard to work.
Yeah.
Hard to work, yeah. He's a lookout. If there's a cat or a dog, he'll let me know. Murderer, robber, doesn't care about those. But cats and dogs.
Yeah, that's what he's looking for.
Yeah, we kind of wanted to hop on here and just kind of, I guess, motivate people if we can, if we have that ability to. When we started reselling, I was actually arrested twice in college. Nothing crazy, like fraternity drinking stuff.
Yeah.
But I ended up losing my job. I had a good job making $20 an hour with benefits while going to college. And then I had to do service hours in the back of a Goodwill. And that's kind of when stuff started clicking. I saw a PS3 come through and I was sorting out stuff. I remember I called Amy immediately and I was like, I don't know what to call this or like what to do, but like, let's just go try to find stuff for free or for cheap and then resell it. And that's kind of how we just started. It just started snowballing, and then we met people through Facebook Marketplace deals, learned about Macari. Then obviously we knew about eBay, but just other platforms, so the resellers, and that's kind of how it took off, and we love it. I mean, reselling is a blast.
That's awesome. So how long did it take? So you didn't have a job at Goodwill. That was just like your community service type thing, right? Yeah. That's good. I see all these people that are working at Goodwill, like. And they see us come. I mean, I go into the bins all the time. I go into the regular Goodwill and I'm buying the stuff for super cheap. And I've told a lot of them like, yeah, I'm gonna sell this for $100, and they're still working at Goodwill for like $8 an hour. Or the people that work at the Amazon stores. I'm like, how can you guys work for like $10 an hour putting out all this stuff? You get to see it firsthand. Like, oh yeah, there's an iPhone, there's an Apple Watch. Like, freaking quit and just become a customer. You can make 10 times as much money.
some people just don't have the mindset. They're comfortable
Want
with
to be an employee. They don't want to be. They don't
Yeah.
want to be a boss.
They want cushy. They want stable. They want. It doesn't matter how hard I work today. I'm gonna get paid the exact same.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of mindset difference that I guess us resellers have. We're down to push ourselves and work 80 hours a
Retail is
week.
not for everybody, man. It's crazy. I've told the story a couple times about how this kid at my church. I was trying to talk him into reselling. We went to one Goodwill, and the first thing he found in the glass case was a GPS for like $4, and he sold it the next week for like 120. I'm like, all right, that was your first thing. You're hooked now. He's like, I'm kind of. I'm like, wait, over it. Like, and he ended up getting a job at a landscaping company, making like $12 an hour. Throwing pine straw in 110-degree weather. I'm like, whatever, dude. Like, if you're happy, that's fine. But it just blows my mind, man.
Isn't it weird, like how it almost aggravates us? It's like, why don't you change? But then at the end of the day, we're like, it's your choice, man. Like, but it aggravates me. It's like, come on, dude. Like,
You could be doing something so much better, you know.
People complaining, like, I've been working at this restaurant for 10 years. I'm still making $9 an hour. I'm like, please quit. I should do a video where I like give people $1,000 to quit their job and I help them start.
Hey, I'm gonna go get a job if you could pay me to quit it real quick.
I'm gonna go get hired and then immediately quit. I've also want to do a video where I go undercover and try to get a job at Goodwill and like do that. But that's so much into it, so like you have to have like hidden cameras and all that stuff. And
yeah,
so many ideas, just lack execution. Is that the FedEx truck? No, it's the garbage truck. Oh, man. It's Wednesday. I got to put the garbage out. Bear with me, folks. If I don't put the garbage out today and they miss it, my wife is going to be mad.
Harry Tornado is a
I'm coming.
No. Oh. Flag him down.
Make it. What's up, man? Shout out my YouTube channel. Everybody's watching. There's 385 people watching. What's your name? Hey, shout out David, picking up my trash, man. You're the MVP. Oh.
I thought he was going to say, quit your job.
Okay, we made it.
No.
Crisis averted.
All right, well, we don't want to take up too much of your time here. We just want to hop on and say what's up and that we've been big fans for a long time and you've inspired us and motivated us and we're doing the dang thing.
Appreciate it, man. Love it. Love it so much. You guys are definitely figured it out. I've seen out of breath now. I've seen a couple of your videos, that the one with Dante and then one other, and I think you guys have a really good like couples dynamic. So definitely keep it up.
We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right, I'll see you guys later.
All right, thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Yep. Okay, next. Justin.
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? Living the dream.
Yeah, same here.
Need to go stand in front of my air conditioning unit for a minute. Is that too loud?
Yeah, got a little workout in there today, huh?
Woo! I was nervous. I've never been that close before. Shout out David.
Yeah, shout out David. He's like, yeah, cool, man. What's up? I'll take your trash.
Oh, man. They are the backbone of our society.
Yeah, that's really good timing coming on after Amy and Corbin. I'm friends with Amy and Corbin. We you were talking about collaboration videos, and they didn't mention it, but we did a collaboration video together with me and them. So like they took me thrifting, and then I took them like Walmart shopping, hunting, and it was a ton of fun. So those collaborations
who made the most money?
So I think mine was more profitable, but theirs was a better return on investment.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So, and that's kind
of like spending like $200 to make $300.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing, and that's why I like retail arbitrage, is because you can go in and you can just find a ton of stuff, whereas I feel like thrifting for me is just less consistent.
Yeah. So, where do you live again?
I'm in northern Alabama.
Northern Alabama. Okay. I feel like the thrifting there should be good. You're probably just not doing it enough.
Yeah, that must be it. I'm not practicing enough. And it was kind of funny because when we were doing a video, like the first couple stores, they just weren't that good, and they're like, Justin's just taking us to all the bad spots. I was like, I'm really not. Like this is just like not a good area for me.
Yeah.
But yeah, like they found good stuff at the pawn shop, and I found good stuff at Walmart. But you know, that's typical. So
Awesome. So if I correct me if I'm wrong, you have you're a CPA, you're a certified public accountant, but you don't do that as your job, right?
yeah, so I'm a licensed certified public accountant in my state, but I can, do taxes pretty much anywhere. I work full time. I have a full time job in the accounting industry, but it's not actually like doing taxes. Like I work in the accounting industry doing other stuff.
So how often do you get people Instagram message you tax questions?
Pretty often. And I do my best to try to offer some value or some kind of guidance without just giving them like a straight response, because I'm like, I don't just give out information. I can't really give you a specific information, because an accountant's favorite answer is it depends.
Yeah.
Because everybody's situation is different.
Yeah. That's so true. It's so hard to give like a black and white. I mean, some situations you can, but most times you just need more information than people are willing to give you.
Yeah, and if people are like looking to hire me and I'm not like taking on any clients or anything, I do redirect them to Mark too, and I know Mark.
Yeah.
Not Your Dad CPA, and I've heard nothing but good things about him, and I've messaged him a couple of times. So I refer people to him if they're like, oh, I need help with this, or I have a bunch of questions. I'm like, well, if I can't help you, I know a guy that specializes in this, so let me pass you on over there.
Absolutely. So. I mean, well, I appreciate you stopping by. Everybody go check out his channel, The Flipping Accountant. He is I think you're the only person that does retail arbitrage videos and actually show like the products that you're buying. And you do it strategically, so it's not like ruining the market or anything, but it's right. Your channel's grown very fast. I think that's a big reason, is because you actually show stuff, not like, guys, I can't show you what I just bought, but I just spent 10 grand at Home Depot and we're going to make 90,000 in profit. I'm like, okay, I guess you're telling the truth. I don't know. I don't know what you're buying or selling.
Yeah, and that's the thing too, is I try to be as transparent as I can and say, these are the things that I'm finding, and even if it's like a week later from when I recorded it, like people can still find this stuff. Like it's still out there, and I don't think it hurts the market.
Like discontinued Lego or retired set or things like that. It's not plentiful. It's not everybody can just go out and find it. There's only a limited supply.
Right.
So it's not.
I did want to ask you, like, did you say that you like own the shirt design or something? Because I need one of those.
Yes, I do. I need to sell them again.
Yeah. I'll buy one.
I think I'll. I don't know. It'll be cheaper if I like actually get them printed. I started doing print on demand because I didn't think I would have enough demand to like, pay out of pocket for like 200 shirts, and then sell physically. But I think I could probably do it now. And it'd be cheaper. I think I got like one batch locally printed. I think it was like $11 a shirt, like for the shirt and the printing. So at that cost, I think I could sell them profitable. But yeah, I hired a Fiverr designer to design this. Really good job.
Yeah, I would definitely buy one of those. And I don't want to, I don't want to take up too much of your time. I'm sure you got other people waiting. I did want to say thank you. You were a huge support. You're a huge boost. We message across occasionally, but you did give me a shout out on one of your videos not too long ago, and that was a huge boost for me and in my channel and stuff. And I really appreciate all your help. You do a ton for the community. So not just me. I mean, you do a ton for the community and help people out. I just want to say thanks for all that you do.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I remember the shout out. I didn't know how fruitful it was going to be for you, but I'm happy that you got some new subscribers out of it.
Yeah. But thanks, and have a great day.
Thanks, man. You too. That one. Next up, Johnny. What's up, bud?
What's up? How you doing?
I'm doing good.
I saw you were live, so I couldn't help myself but jump in your live. I saw the link come in. It's like, yeah, I got to take care of this and check it out.
There you go. I love the support your friends poster back there.
Yes, it's been up there ever since. I know I keep telling myself I have to do a whole new intro, because at the beginning when I did my first intro, none of this was here.
Yeah.
And so it blew up into a whole support wall, so it's gotten bigger. I'm originally from Louisiana, and I started watching you before I even thought about becoming a reseller. And that was when I lived in Louisiana. And when I moved here to Massachusetts, I have to say you have helped me at the beginning. You were the reason why I started YouTube in November. year and 5 months I've been doing it this month. And
Mhm.
so it's just the knowledge. And I saw your title that said the worst business mistake. For me, I have to share that with me, I did not know this until I started coming up here in Massachusetts, going to the sourcing over at Savers. And I bought a couple of things, not thinking, okay, I need to bring a screwdriver. I need to bring some batteries. I need to do this and do that. And I didn't. And I bought a couple of things that was my worst buy because I couldn't resell it. And so after that video I saw you do about, you should have this in your backpack when you're going. And ever since then, I do that now. So
Yeah.
that was my worst
I
buy.
remember that video now. That was a
Yeah.
long time ago.
Yes, it was.
That's awesome.
Yep. And so I do a lot of morning shows Monday through Friday. And then I do this new thing called the Holla Dollar Money in Motion on Tuesdays and Thursdays, supporting other channels, making people making buys and having eyes on their platforms and things like that. And then I basically enjoy helping others like you helped me at the beginning. I
Mhm.
remember kind of like when you go to a church and you sit in the back pews, and that's what I basically did when I first started. And then you basically kept saying, like, a couple of guests before this one, before we came on, that they were saying that she was shy and did a couple of videos but never pushed them out. Where you kept saying, just do it, because if you don't, it'll never happen. So you have to take that plunge and just keep improving. That's all you can do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm happy that
Isn't that
you're
awesome?
you're still doing it, man. I remember when you started with the SARS thing back
Yeah.
last November, and
Yeah.
I'm actually going to be on your morning show. Was it
Yeah,
June 4th or
we're
something?
not telling dates yet.
Okay, yeah,
It's
but
every morning is a
sometime in the
surprise
next couple
morning.
months.
Yep.
Yeah, awesome.
Yep.
Well, Johnny, I
I'll
appreciate you,
let you
man.
know when
Treasure
it's on.
Hustlers just put a link to your channel in the chat. It says you're
Well,
almost
thank
at
you.
1,000 subscribers, so definitely go check out his channel.
Yes, it is. Well, thank you so much. It was great to be part of this.
Absolutely, man. Thanks for coming.
Thank you.
Bye. Next up, we got Doc.
Doc, what's up, big guy? What's up, Josh?
I don't know if you can hear me. Hold on.
I can hear you.
Hello. I'm back. I'm so sorry.
I could hear you before. I could hear you.
Okay.
So
I'm
what's
here.
up,
All right. Living the dream,
I just
man.
wanted to come on. I wanted to come on and tell you, man, that I've been watching you since November, and when I first got into this game back last July, I haven't even been doing this a year yet. I used to really avoid the clothing. Like, I couldn't stand the list of the clothing. I wouldn't buy the clothing. But now I'm so into the clothing right now that, I just wanted to give you a shout out to everything I've learned from you as far as the shoes and stuff like that. But
yeah,
when I very first got into this game, I was in movie guest services for 22 years. So, I got into this game, basically learned from a buddy of mine when the pandemic hit that, I could make a lot of money doing this. I was working for the airport out here. I'm from Greensboro, and just a ton of liquidation stores around here also. But a lot of them, they have the Target returns and all that, the Target stuff, and I tried to avoid that. But anyway, when I very first got into this game, I learned from a buddy that, hey, Donnie, just sell the stuff that's in your garage. And I had boxes and boxes of stuff that's in my garage, but yeah, man, mostly it was Star Wars stuff and stuff like that. I'm running a store right now. It's called the Bargain Box. And the reason why I call it the Bargain Box is because everything's on sale. Everything.
Yeah.
Not only do I run the sales, I run the promotions, and I run a coupon on everything. So, I started out, my goal was to do $100 a day. And now it's just totally just taken off. Like, my numbers, like right now, are like, I'm selling double digits a day in product. Like, the last 7 days, I've sold $2,987. Started out just doing this for $100 a day, basically what I was trying to do. But back to get on track, yeah, man, I was in guest services movie for 22 years. But during that time, I've accumulated a ton of original movie posters. So I started out doing that and selling a lot of them. I've sold a ton of them. Still selling movie posters. But I'm a big Star Wars collector from the 70s. So I started out selling a lot of that stuff, real easy to sell that stuff. But when November, when I started watching your videos, because my wife had a ton of clothing that she wanted to try to sell.
Yeah.
But I mean, just to flat lay or to hang that stuff up and take the photos and then the sizes and the measurements, I was like, man, I'm not doing the clothing. I'm not doing the clothing because it was just taking so much time, you know. But yeah, man, I just wanted to give you a shout out as far as the shoes have just gone off in my area. The Goodwills and the thrift stores. I mean, I'm finding gems every time I go in.
That's awesome.
And in this area, there's about 5 hospitals. Cone Health is in this area. And so you're finding a lot of like nursing and nursing stuff, especially the shoes, the Dastinos and the clogs. And just making a ton of sales on that type of stuff now, man. And it's weird because I used to avoid that stuff before I watched your channel. I used to avoid all the clothing, but now, I mean, I'm finding a lot of vintage jackets too, like windbreakers, Nike windbreakers. But yeah, man, just I've been trying to get some advice from you on some other things, but you know, and I wanted to get your email address so I can send you some in-depth type stuff.
Sure. HarryTornado@gmail.com.
And meet you. I was going to drive to Dream Deals, dude, because I'm in Greensboro. I'm only 4 hours from you. I used to live in Aiken, South Carolina.
Oh yeah, that's like 40 minutes away.
I lived there for quite some time. So my son played baseball all up in Columbia. Right on that exit at Dream Deals, there's like a Groucho's or something, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's weird that, you know, now I'm just like, right now I'm about to go list a bunch of clothing after we get off this call, and I got them all ready. But the thing that really irritates me though is the returns on these clothing. It's like right now people are using you like you're a dressing room or a boutique. You know, it's like,
that's the worst part about clothing for sure.
Yeah. So, you know, and it's just, I mean, you got to be real accurate with your measurements and stuff like that. But all in all, man, having a ton of fun doing this. Back when the pandemic hit and this, you know, and the airports all shut down, there went my job, you know.
Yeah.
So, and I was this close to being in with TSA, where you got to go and apply and pass all the service, all the background checks. So I mean, you got to be a airport employee for quite some time to even get into that. So yeah, it really shot me down. But man, it was a really tough time, man. I didn't know what I was gonna do if it wasn't for my neighbor across the street.
Looks like you landed on your feet, man.
40 G's.
Yeah, looks like you landed on your feet. Well, Doc, I appreciate you coming.
Working out, man. I appreciate everything you do, everything you've been doing, man.
Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate you.
Okay, man. Talk soon.
See ya. Ladies and gentlemen, let me unmute him.
What's up, buddy?
Oh, man, you're gonna be my last guest of the day.
Oh. All right. What's up?
I'm just living the life, man. My dog's here.
Mose.
My garage is only like 90% messy instead of 100% messy. I just counting my blessings. I'm really excited for this podcast episode because I have a good topic. There's in my last, not the video where Haley and I went to Greenville, I had 3 or 4 people comment on it. They're like, I can't believe you sold that mixer to your friend for that much money. Like, it was like $180 mixer and she really wanted it. And she was like, what do you want for it? I was like, well, I'm going to sell it for, I was going to list it for like 175, 180. She's like, okay, I'll pay that. I'm like, I don't want to charge you that. So I charged her 120. And I had like 4 or 5 people say like, I can't believe you charged her that much for it. I'm like, well, I was just going to, you know, I didn't force her to buy it, whatever. So I was going to talk about, I don't want to talk about too much because then it would ruin the podcast, but you know, like selling stuff to friends, like at what point somebody's like, you're a bad friend. I'm like, at what discount level do I become a good friend? Free, 90% off, 80% off? Like, I don't understand. So it's frustrating.
So can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Can you hear me okay? Because I have my AirPod in.
Yeah. I can hear
okay. So for me, my like mantra when selling stuff to friends, or when people like even on Instagram that follow me, when they see something and they're like, yo, how much? My personal mantra is, I mean, we've talked about this before, like on the podcast, we're both Christians. So I believe like what the Bible says, that a man is worth his hire. So, you know, when I have people from my church come over and like lay wood floor in my house, or, you know, something like that, when we were doing upgrades to our kitchen, some guy that was a handyman came and helped us. I told him, charge me exactly what you would charge a regular client because you deserve to be paid fairly. And then
Yeah.
when they charged me, I personally gave them more because I
Yeah.
believe that being a blessing to other people, you know, God will turn around and bless you. But when it comes to that kind of stuff, like I personally believe that nobody should want to take advantage of a friend. Like if you have a friend that does something and they have a service or a product that you want or you need, you should want to support that person and see them succeed.
Yeah.
And you shouldn't expect them to just offer you or give it to you for free or at a significant discount because, you know, at least on Instagram, it's like one of the homies or, you know, whatever. But I have no problem giving people discounts or deals, but it's just nice to know that when certain people, you know, offer to pay for something, it truly means that they care about you and they want to support you. It doesn't mean that you're screwing them or you're overcharging them or anything like that. I think that it's like actually a sign of love
Yeah.
and a sign of support. And I think that that's really how everyone should be, and that's how you should want to be as a business person or an entrepreneur in all areas of life. Like you don't go to Starbucks and be like, hey, will you give me a discount on a drink because I'm a cool guy? Like, no, you
Yeah.
go and you pay the price that they're asking.
Yeah.
So
When I worked at Chick-fil-A, one of the things I was a certified trainer there, and one of the things that was our goal is to create what we call raving fans. And a raving fan is somebody who, you know, they come often, they tell their friends about, you know, how much they enjoy, and they pay full price. A raving fan of a product or service isn't going to be somebody that always asks for discounts or always, you know, oh, I've got a buddy who, like, I need a tree cut down in my yard. I've got a guy at my church that does that. Maybe he'll give me a discount on it. Like, it should be, I need a tree cut down. So who do I know in my life that I could use? I got to get it cut down anyway. So why don't I use the guy at my church to support his family, you know? So I don't know. It doesn't, I don't want to come off as like, I'm not bothered by it, but what people don't know is that I've given the girl that bought that mixer, I've given her stuff for free all the time, you know? But at the same time, when it comes to thrifting, like if you have a business that's service-based, that's different, because if you want to give somebody a discount on your service, that's just like giving them a little bit of time. That's different. But with the mixer, I'm like, I don't need to sell it to my friend. It'll sell on eBay by itself to a complete stranger for, you know, much more money. So me giving her like $50 or $60 off anyway, already losing $50 to $60, and people were still mad. I'm like, at what point, like, I can't just, you know, I give good deals to people. Even stuff I list on eBay is usually listed a little bit lower than actual, you know, sold comps. If somebody messages me, emails, whatever, they want to buy something, like I usually give it to them for a little bit less than it's actually worth. But it just was so strange that people got so mad about that. I'm like, I don't understand. Support your friends, you know, support your friends in their businesses. I have a lady in my church who has a bakery.
Yeah,
we buy from her as often as we can, and I always pay more than she's actually asking. She has like these like cinnamon rolls that she sells usually like once a week. It's like $10 a pan, but I usually give her, you know, 12, 15 bucks or whatever I have, you know, because I want to support her business, and I feel like she's undercharging herself anyway. So it's like the cleaning lady story at the beginning of this video. I was paying her extra because I was just wanting to support her business, you know. It wasn't like, oh, I've got to.
Yeah, I fully believe in that. You know, and I think that it's so important for business people who want to grow their business, who want to build connections, who want to, you know, I guess you could say evolve their entrepreneurship and things like that, to like work and to live life with open hands. My camera's at an angle because I'm looking at my computer right here because I'm doing shipping. So I'm trying to find the angle, but, you know, not to work with like closed fists, like trying to, you know, like gimme. Like I've given stuff to people that, you know, I don't make YouTube videos about, like, hey, my friend came over and needed a new pair of shoes and I just gave them to him. You know, there's just certain people that have been in my life, or maybe if you're a viewer, have been in your life, and you're more than happy to give them something or help them with something. Or if you find, you know, an item and they really like it because they follow you. Like, out of my actual friends that live where I live and I go to church with, or that I've known since high school, I could count like on my hands the amount of my friends that actually follow me on Instagram and support what I do and care about what I'm doing. But those are the type of people that when I get something and they find it interesting, I'm like, oh yeah, you can just have it. Like, be blessed, you know?
Yeah.
Because those are the type of people that are also going to just go onto my eBay store and be like, hey, I needed a new pair of shoes, so I bought them from you, you know, or something like that.
Yeah.
And they're not going to say anything about it. And so I do think that there is some discretion, but me personally, when I'm hiring somebody for a service or when I'm buying a product from somebody, and I don't want to sound like a hypocrite because the cheapest guy out there. I've asked for discounts before, you know, but that's just because
the other day when
I
I
don't
posted on
necessarily
Instagram
need it.
that lot of stuff I posted the other day,
Yes,
asking people how much.
exactly.
I think you said like
Exactly.
$30. I'm like, Drew, $30. I'm like, that's nothing. It's just the polo. Already sold this polo bear hat. I need to ship it out today. I sold this for $50. Where is it? There you go. $50.
Awesome. Yeah.
I sold.
I'm really cheap when it comes to inventory though. So, you know, it's just I also misunderstood the way you were describing that amount of inventory. So, because I didn't have the volume on Instagram, and then it popped up and it was like, how much would you pay for all this stuff? And I was like, wait, what? Because I don't know, like if you open up Instagram and you look at a story, if your volume's on, but you click the story, sometimes it doesn't automatically start showing the volume. But anyway, so I misunderstood that. But I would much rather, like, my point is that, you know, I'm naturally cheap, so I would love to get a discount for something, but it blesses me more to know that I'm helping out somebody else by actually paying them what they deserve or what their rate is. You know, I mean, if we can go to, you know, a Ford dealership and pay full price for a car, or if we can go to a restaurant and pay full price for a meal, why can't we do the same for someone that we actually care about? You know?
Yeah.
And so if you have friends or family that have a service or a product that you like, you need, you know, maybe change your mentality a little bit and start, you know, instead of asking for a discount because they know you, maybe start blessing them because you know them.
Yeah. All right, that's enough about selling stuff to friends. We're going to run out of podcast content.
That would have been a great podcast.
That would have been if we wouldn't have given it.
So Reseller Central asks, isn't Drew the one who bought all those shoes from Ryan? Yes, I did. And funny thing about that is when Ryan posted that, I said, let me know when you're going to sell it. I'm interested in buying some of it. And then he called me on Instagram, like FaceTimed me on Instagram. I was like, wait, what? Like, I'm about to talk to a famous person. And
you never talked to him before?
You
never talked to him before that?
Not physically, no. Like, I've messaged him a couple times on Instagram, but so when he called me, I was like, hi. And he was like, hey, so do you want to buy all these shoes? And I was like, okay, how many do you got? And he named a price, and I was like, all right, I'll pay it. You know what I mean? Like, he gave me an insane price, but I didn't try to, like, you know, negotiate with him because I was like, this is a fair price and I'm getting a good deal on it, so I'm just going to pay him.
Yeah.
So
I was trying to think.
Oh yeah. I wasn't friends with Ryan, like, personally or anything up until that point.
Both parties were more than happy with that shoe deal. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah, I had a great experience, and Ryan's an amazing guy.
From, Bill Tackett, flips to pay the bills, sent a $5 super chat a couple minutes ago. Donated to help Josh get a wall behind him as cool as the one behind Drew. Smiley face. Thank you, Bill. But then Tim Osborne to Thrift sent a $4.99 super chat and says, but the shirts have to be all the office shirts. We're going to cover up all those shirts with shirts from the office.
So this is my vintage Disney Tower of Terror collection. That's what I've been working on, and I had an amazing experience with another shirt that I've been trying to get for a really long time. And yeah, I'm going to make a video about it because it was just really cool how it came about. Hi, Tim. I see you in the chat. Sorry, my phone is over here, but the chat's over here. So I'm trying to look at my phone.
Shout out, Tim.
So it doesn't look like I'm looking off. And so now I just moved. Shout out, Tim. I love you, buddy. But
all right, man. I think
yeah, so
I think I'm done for the day. My digital's wearing off.
Famous person.
I've only taken photos of 3 things. I still need to ship. My life is in shambles.
You're gonna have to come. You're gonna have to come in Joey's live listing next week and make up for it.
Yeah, I'll just. That's the problem too. I don't actually list very much when I do that.
It's okay. Joey doesn't either.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this live stream today. I appreciate you guys being here. It's been over 2 hours, 2 hours and 15 minutes. I think it was fun. Talked about a lot of stuff. Drew, thanks for coming on. I sent you the invite about 3 hours ago, and you just came on the very end, so I appreciate you. You're just a busy man.
Well, thanks for having me, Josh. You're the best.
Best. Love you so much.
See ya.